Hey gamers, Coach Avery here, and in today's session, we're going to go over a key game sense mechanic in League, tracking the jungler. We're going to go over how to play when the jungler is on your side of the map versus not, and what you should keep in mind. When playing in any lane, it's important to keep track of where your jungler is and what you're able to accomplish, figuring out how to play accordingly based on where they are on the map. In a custom game against a bot, and then for 2 minutes each respectively, play how you think you should play as if your jungler was on your side of the map versus not. There's a couple different options for how you should play when the jungler is on your side of the map, depending on the matchup and type of lane you're playing. If you're playing against a very hyper-aggressive, all-in type of lane, you may want to play safe and let them push and ping your jungler for assistance, making sure to clear vision prio if possible. You could also try to bait them if you can do so without dying. Pretend to be out of position and try to trick them into all-inning you while your jungler waits in the brush for the right time to gank. And in the practice tool against a bot, play as if your jungler was waiting for a gank and successfully bait them into committing to you without dying to them 3 times. For this next drill, we're going to cover what you should do when the jungler is on the opposite side of the map. This can vary situation to situation, but in general, when your jungler is not there, you want to play a bit more carefully unless you have a distinct advantage over your laner, items, experience, etc., where you are assuredly stronger than your laner. However, keep in mind it will at least be an even fight in numbers, if not, a potential gank from their jungler can also be expected, especially when playing aggressively. I would suggest trying to freeze the wave in your favor and zone them from XP so you won't be vulnerable to a gank, while also using your lead to secure your advantage. When playing from behind, keep vision control and let the wave slow push to your tower and communicate with your jungler when they're out of position. For this last drill, we're going to be taking a little pop quiz using the information I gave you and what you practiced to figure out what to do in certain situations. Based on what we talked about prior while looking at this minimap here and where their jungler is, what do you think the optimal playstyle would be here for Janna and Caitlyn? The best option would be for Janna and Caitlyn to play safe and wave push to them until Samira and Nautilus are overextended, and ask for their Zac to path bot lane for a potential gank. Now, looking at the mid lane, it's Annie versus Silas. In this scenario, how do you think Annie should try and prepare for a Zac gank as he's hovering? There's 2 options here. Annie can either let the wave push and play safe until Zac is close enough to follow up on her engage, or can bait Silas as he lacks enough burst damage to one-shot her before she can retaliate, then Zac can follow up once he overcommits. Now that we've learned a bit on how to play based on your jungler's positioning, we're going to put that to the test in a normal draft game. In this game, you're going to play in a lane and champion of your choice, and successfully set up a gank for your jungler 3 times, at least one of them using the baiting method. Remember the different options you have when playing around your jungler, and to weigh your options carefully according to your lane state and matchup. Today we covered playing around your jungler's positioning and keeping track of where they are on the map. Using this information to set up good fights for yourself can lead to a huge advantage in the early game, hopefully snowball you to more victories. My name is Coach Avery, have an amazing day, and I'll catch you on the Rift.